What if I told you that artificial intelligence has already created something that could fundamentally change how we understand extraterrestrial life? Something so realistic, so terrifying, that it's forcing scientists to reconsider everything we thought we knew about survival in space. Today, we're diving into the classified world of AI-generated space virus simulations, and what they're revealing might keep you awake at night. Welcome back to Planetary Possibilities, where we explore the universe's most mind-bending mysteries. I'm Arya, and every week, we uncover the cosmic secrets that mainstream science doesn't want you thinking about too deeply. But before we begin today's journey into the realm of artificial alien pathogens, I need you to ask yourself something. If we can create realistic simulations of viruses that have never existed on Earth, what does that tell us about viruses that might already exist out there? Three months ago, a team of researchers at an undisclosed biotechnology institute achieved something unprecedented. Using advanced AI algorithms, they successfully generated over 10,000 unique viral structures, not based on any known Earth pathogens, but on theoretical models of what life might look like in the harsh environment of space. But here's where it gets interesting. When they ran these AI-generated space viruses through simulation protocols, something unexpected happened. The AI didn't just create random biological structures, it generated pathogens with survival mechanisms so sophisticated, so perfectly adapted to space conditions, that even veteran virologists called them eerily plausible. The question isn't whether AI can generate realistic space virus simulations anymore. The question is, how did it know what to create? To understand what we're dealing with, we need to dive into the science. These AI systems use something called evolutionary algorithms. Essentially, they simulate millions of years of natural selection in minutes. The AI was fed data about space conditions, extreme radiation, temperature fluctuations from -270 to 250 degrees Fahrenheit, vacuum pressure, and cosmic particle bombardment. Then it was asked a simple question. What would life need to survive here? The results were stunning. The AI generated viruses with crystalline protein shells that could withstand radiation levels that would instantly kill any Earth organism. It created pathogens that could remain dormant for millennia, waiting for the perfect host. And most disturbing of all, it designed viruses that could potentially use spacefaring technology itself as a transmission vector. But here's what the researchers aren't telling you in their published papers. According to sources close to the project, sources who've asked to remain anonymous for obvious reasons, the AI made discoveries that have some very powerful people very nervous. The simulated space viruses didn't just survive in hostile environments, they thrived. More concerning, when the AI modeled how these pathogens might interact with human biology, the results were, let's just say they've been classified at the highest levels. One researcher, speaking on condition of anonymity, told me that the AI predicted infection pathways that seemed almost designed, as if these theoretical space viruses had been specifically engineered to exploit vulnerabilities in human immune systems that we didn't even know existed. But it gets stranger. The AI began generating viral structures that could potentially hijack human cellular machinery to create technologies, microscopic biological computers that could theoretically interface with our nervous systems. Now, I'm not saying that artificial intelligence has somehow tapped into knowledge of actual extraterrestrial pathogens, but I am asking, how do you explain an AI independently designing biological weapons that seem too sophisticated for random chance? The implications of this research stretch far beyond academic curiosity. If AI can generate realistic space virus simulations, we're essentially looking at a preview of what we might encounter when we finally make contact with extraterrestrial life. Think about it. Every probe we send into space, every sample we bring back from Mars or the asteroids, every signal we intercept from distant worlds, we're potentially exposing ourselves to pathogens that evolution has been perfecting for millions of years in environments we can barely imagine. But here's the truly unsettling part. These AI simulations suggest that space-borne pathogens might not just be mindless biological machines. The most sophisticated models generated by the AI showed viral structures with information processing capabilities, essentially biological computers that could learn, adapt, and potentially communicate. What if the first message from an alien civilization isn't a radio signal, but a virus? Now, here's where things get really interesting. Why do you think this research is being conducted in such secrecy? Why are the most significant findings classified? And why are several governments suddenly investing billions in planetary defense programs that have nothing to do with asteroids? Some researchers believe we're not just preparing for potential alien pathogens, we're preparing for the possibility that we've already encountered them. There are whispers in the scientific community about anomalous biological samples recovered from meteorites, about unexplained mutations in organisms exposed to deep space, about patterns in our own DNA that seem almost artificial. What if these AI simulations aren't predicting future threats, but reverse engineering past encounters? What if the reason artificial intelligence can generate such realistic space virus simulations is because the patterns already exist, hidden in our own biology? I'm not saying that's what's happening, but I am saying that the questions we should be asking aren't being asked in mainstream science. The universe is vast, ancient, and full of possibilities we're only beginning to understand. Artificial intelligence is giving us a glimpse into forms of life that might exist in the cosmic depths, life that plays by rules we've never encountered. Whether these AI-generated space virus simulations represent preparation, prediction, or something else entirely, one thing is certain: we're standing at the threshold of discoveries that will fundamentally change what it means to be human in a universe teeming with life. The question isn't whether we'll encounter extraterrestrial pathogens. The question is whether we'll be ready when we do. What do you think? Are these AI simulations preparing us for inevitable contact, or revealing secrets that have been hidden in plain sight? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If this episode opened your mind to possibilities you hadn't considered, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Next week on Planetary Possibilities, we're investigating why NASA's latest Mars samples are being analysed in facilities typically reserved for biological weapons research. Until then, keep looking up. And remember, the universe is far stranger than we imagine. It might be stranger than we can imagine.